Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yorkie Man here and welcome back to another episode of this Football Manager 2020 save here with FC Twente. In today's episode, we are going to take on Fortuna Sittard. Let's see how we've been getting on in the Europa League and in the league since the last LiveCom loss against Ajax. Surely this episode is going to bring the first LiveCom victory of this season. Fingers crossed. Right guys, so since the last episode, we've had some wacky results. It's been an insane run of form. We played against VVV Venlo first. We beat them 6-0. A whole host of goal scorers. It's been like that consistently as you see some of the games here. We also beat Victoria Pilsen 5-1. Benavides, Butnick with 2. Ethan Laird, Coinsao. Like the goals have been shed out very nicely, very politely. We lost to AZ, which was pretty frustrating. It was a very even game. For me, we were the better side, especially up until the point that we conceded. I think it was their second on target or something like that. So we were definitely the better team. We just didn't make it count. And unfortunately, when you don't put your chances away against a team that is AZ, they are still a very much quality side. So, unfortunately, we didn't get anything from that one, and we lose our second game in the league. But after AZ, we played against PEC Zwolle, and we absolutely battered them in the first half. Honestly, we ripped them apart. I changed some stuff for the second half. They managed to get 2 back, but it was a pretty easy ride through the cup there for us. We do play against Almere City in the next round of the cup. We then played against Heerenveen in the Eredivisie, and it took a 92nd minute goal from Trevor Chalobah to give us the victory there in the league. So a little bit of an inconsistency when it comes from playing European games to league games. You've seen when we played a midweek game like the cup game, the Eredivisie game after that then was pretty difficult. The same when we beat Victoria Pilsen, we then played against AZ, so it was difficult. So after just playing against Victoria Pilsen again and beating them 7-0 this time round, absolutely all over them, fantastic result. We are going to play against Fortuna Sittard today, and it will be interesting to see if the team's performance is down and if we do not play as well as we have been in recent games. In terms of when we play midweek, we don't play as well in the game after. That's been a running theme because we lost to Ajax after playing midweek, we lost to AZ after playing midweek, and we struggled against Heerenveen after playing midweek. So hopefully a decent result against Fortuna Sittard today. The Champions, not the Champions League group, it should be the Champions League group, but the Europa League group is as follows. We are already qualified with 12 points. We've won every single game and absolutely smashed the competition. 18 goals for us and 3 against us. We really should have been in the Champions League with the squad we've got. It's it's a little bit ridiculous how well we're doing in this. It's far too easy for us, but I'm not going to complain. I can't complain that it's too easy. Europa League could be interesting to see who we get in the next round. There are some decent teams in this competition, and let's remember we did get a fairly favourable group. Right, guys, so the squad for today's game is Butnick and Traore up top, Batista Meyer on the left, Serrano on the right. Showman comes in centre mid today alongside Singh. We have Chalobah and Mature as our centre backs, Dagba on the right, Volante on the left, and Van der Vroet in the net. Hopefully a decent result here. We're going to stick with the 4-4-2. We did drop down to 3rd in the league, but hopefully with a decent result here, we'll be back up to 2nd. But honestly, 3rd is more than fine for me. I think juggling the European football this season and the league could be an interesting situation. I also do think that once we get to later stages and hit the second end of the season where we don't have to focus on the Europa League as much, we're really going to start hammering the results in the league. But as you can see, the players' last 5 games is unbelievable. The average ratings in the team this year are fantastic. We've built a brilliant squad, which hopefully should find this game pretty easy against Fortuna Sittard. But you never know, because it's a live com, and we've also drawn to Camembert in the live coms this year. So there's always that. Right, so here we go. Fortuna Sittard in the live com, and hopefully we get a result. I was in 2 minds about what game to bring you, whether we brought the Europa League game, and I'm kind of glad we didn't. A 7-0 result would have taken us ages to play through. As a live com, would have taken us absolutely ages. As you can see, Feyenoord drew their game, so they're a point ahead of us, but hopefully with a victory here puts us back in a good position in 2nd place, and I'm really expecting a victory here. There is no midweek game as well. I think we go straight back into Dutch football after this match as well. So that should benefit us a little bit. And I do have the firepower of Traore and Butnick today. And Traore has been fantastic of recent as he goes close there. And so is Butnick. So I can't really complain. We have got a fantastic squad. I'm a little bit nervous, though, that we might lose Butnick because Valencia want him. And if they bring a big bid, I always get tempted to sell players. It's a problem. But big bids, definitely, they're my weakness. So I'm like, well, we'll just replace him. And we've already got a lot of strikers and some that aren't really getting prime minutes. So the temptation would be real. But Butnick has been huge for us this season and last season. So I think he's one player that is kind of like a hands-off situation. You aren't getting him. Him, Batista Maya, and is this going to be a penalty? Yeah, I think it will be. Him, Batista Maya, players like that, the guys that we have on the wing at the moment have been superb. I feel like with this 4-4-2, you do need good wingers as Butnick slots home that penalty. 1-0 here for FC Twente. You do need those good wingers playing this formation, and if we don't have them, it causes a real problem. So it's been key for us to have those players in those positions, and it's really helped us out massively. But yeah, Butnick there slotting home. 17th goal of the season. That's right, guys. We're on game 14, and it's Butnick's 17th goal of the season. That is exactly why I think it's a hands-off warning. Now, don't get me wrong. The other strikers have chipped in with a fair amount of goals as Supreet Singh scores there from the throw-in, and this could be an absolute demolition, which will be nice, to be fair. The situation is the other strikers are scoring goals. It's, you know, it's nothing against them. It's not like, oh, Butnick or nothing, but he's just so good up top. I've not used a player like him this year that is key consistency. He scores more often than not, and it's been fantastic for us to have such a great player up top in the team. Do not make a mistake here, guys. Let's move the ball forward. So he's really helped us. He really has helped us to progress. We've got some great players alongside him as well, and then like Lassana Traore having a great season. I knew he would do. I knew he'd be clutch for us. And Redden as well, actually playing alongside him has been fantastic. The only player I haven't really managed to get alongside him and playing well is Mateus Arezzo. But again, his minutes have been so limited because Redden and Traore have come in and started well. They've hit the ground running, haven't they? So it's difficult to then prioritise, as Traore hits the post there, to prioritise giving him any minutes because, you know, I can't be giving him minutes if the other two strikers are performing so well because no one's going to take Butnick's place. So Redden and Traore basically have been fighting for that pressing forward position as they go close there. And there's no competition for it, really. There is no competition for it. It's been Lassana's the majority of the time. Redden got off to a great start in the season, but as soon as Traore got in, he's been superb as Butnick fires in the third. That's his second goal of the game. 3-0 already to FC Twente, and I'm starting to think that maybe this was the right game to bring us a live com and be our first victory on live com. That's what I'm starting to think. It's also extremely warm in here, and I've gone with long sleeves, which was a really bad mistake from me. What a goal from Butnick, though. Let's see if we can get another goal. Let's just make it 4 or 5. We've been really strong in first halves of recent games as Batista Maya's going forward again here. They just can't handle us, can they? Serrano now hits the post and it bundles everywhere and does go in, and that will be Butnick's hat-trick. No, it'll be an own goal by the goalkeeper. But there we go, guys. 4-0, and sometimes this is just the level of team that turns up. Sometimes it's not. The majority of times it's not. But sometimes this is the kind of level of team that shows up. 25 minutes in, 4-0 up. Absolute cruise control now, to be honest with you. We can sit back, we can relax, we can make ourselves a margarita. And you don't have margaritas in what's like a really famous Dutch drink. Is Amstel Dutch or is that Belgium? I don't know. Just drink a really famous Dutch drink. I don't know what that would be, though. I probably should do as well. I probably do. Is Stella? No, that's Belgium as well, isn't it? I don't know. We're just going to list off beers here while they nearly score a goal because I have no idea what is a famous Dutch drink. I'm going to have to Google that after this episode and figure out. Maybe we'll get some for the next episode. But anyway, guys, we're in cruise control there. I'm not going to lie. It's been very comfortable so far, as you've seen. 2 goals back to back as well each time, which has been pretty interesting. Butnick, though, is through now. Again, imagine if he got his 4th. I might bring him off at half-time, actually, to rest him. There's no point using him like masses when we don't need to. I've been doing the same with Batista Maya. I'm trying to manage his minutes a little bit better this season because I don't want him like running out of steam. But the problem is the guy who I would have managed his minutes with, Mufang, has been injured for just the entirety of the start of this season. He got injured, I think, in pre-season, and he's been injured for the entirety of the start of this season, and it's just been like non-existent having backup. Butnick is in again. Oh god, he nearly scores another. Fortuna Sittard are really on the ropes here. I can't believe how close we've come on several occasions. This is superb football from us again, and like I say, sometimes we can turn it on, and when we turn it on, we're extremely good, but that will lead us into half-time, and I definitely going to bring Butnick off. He's had enough hat-tricks this season, and I think he needs to be rested. 4 clear-cut chances he's had. So, see, he should have taken his hat-trick, shouldn't he? There. He's had 4 clear-cut chances and he hasn't buried all 4 of them. What a terrible striker. Right, so I'm going to make a double change at half-time. I'm actually going to bring Mateus Arezzo on and Sobol on because, to be honest with you, we don't need Batista Maya and Butnick on the pitch. They've done their jobs for today's game. They can just go and relax a little bit. We do also have a game in hand over Feyenoord. I've just noticed that, which is fantastic, and they're not having a good result today. So with a game in hand as well, we'd be a little bit clear distance-wise, but it's still very... We're not going to catch Ajax, basically, I don't think. I think second is a good position, and to have a good Europa League run for us this season, I don't think I can really complain at that, to be honest with you. I think that would be a decent run out for us. And then moving forward, we can look at making... making an impact in the Champions League next year. I'm intrigued as well because I think the budget next season is going to be really good. I genuinely do because we haven't spent that much. There's still 50 plus million in the bank. I haven't spent that much and there's potentially a few players to leave the club if we were to look at making changes, which definitely would benefit us a lot. So I think that's probably going to be the case. A few players might actually end up leaving the team. And bringing in even more money, which is just, fantastic. Give me all the money. Give me all the money. So that's just superb for us. So I genuinely think we couldn't be in a stronger position going into next season. I just want to have a decent year this year, finish second, keep doing what we're doing. The style of football we're playing and the way we're playing has been superb. Dominating teams, absolutely putting on a clinic and a show like we have in today's game. If Serrano had scored that would have been absolutely unbelievable. And then moving into next year, maybe just 1 or 2 huge signings. I did notice in the game against AZ, I decided to play Jemison, and we made a couple of poor defensive decisions. One did lead to the goal, and it weren't Jemison's fault, actually, but we just didn't look as solid. So he's probably going to be gone. So I will need a 4th choice centre-back, or even a centre-back that's good enough to dislodge Benkovic or Chalobah, although Chalobah's having an unbelievable season. But there you go, guys. We do manage to beat Fortuna Sittard 4-0 in today's episode. I'm very excited about that. As you can see, we just put on an absolute show. A little bit of an issue that Edouard Sobol came off the bench and got 6.4. Although in his career here, he hasn't actually played that much at left midfield. So I can't really whinge about it too much, can I? Well, that victory does see us keeping second place in the league, and I'm pretty happy with it. Now, I am toying with the idea of going back to key highlights when we do episodes like this, so I might make it a double header. I'm just conscious about the length of videos at this stage with the series, because I know as series go on, they tend to not get stale, but they stagnate a little bit. Do you know what I mean? People aren't going to watch episode 45 or whatever as much as they're going to watch episode 1. So I want to keep the engagement of the viewers that are still watching this series. I know there's some of you out there and to what they want. So I think for now, though, we are going to stick with the extended highlights when we play against bigger teams. But I think I might move to key highlights for episodes like this and stick 2 games in, because the tactic that we've got now and the way I've got the team playing and built, I can get away with playing some games on key highlights and probably still be able to be tactical enough to make changes. Whereas if we play someone against like Ajax, I want it on extended. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. I might go all the way now to the end of December, and the next game I'll bring you maybe will be VVV Venlo, or maybe I'll bring you Excelsior and Fortuna Sittard, both in the month of January, and we can look at transfers in that episode as well. I'm also conscious when we talk about this, when I'm doing the episodes, that maybe I need to progress a little bit further forward now. There's not as many exciting games in the Dutch League, unfortunately. There's not as many big games, so I think that's what we'll probably do, and maybe push towards January now and see if we can get some business done. Well, but really, I'm not expecting to do any. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you're all well. I'm going to keep churning these out as quick as possible, but the PES stuff has taken over a little bit on the channel now, but Football Manager obviously will never go. The game is just coming towards the end of its cycle, I think, now for a lot of people. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.